Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. And before I get started, I just want to thank everyone for sharing my videos, commenting, and having good dialogue on my videos. I really do appreciate the support, and please continue to watch and enjoy my videos. Alright, so just to get started, this video is going to be all about the saying, you don't get into social work for the money. Okay, so I just want to first talk about why I completely disagree with this way of thinking, and I do not support this term whatsoever. Okay, so I think that when supervisors and social workers who have been in the field tell young social workers or social workers that are just getting into their field that you don't get into it for the money, it's pretty much letting them know right then and there that they should not expect to make a lot of money. They should not advocate for themselves to make a decent salary, and that they should be completely okay with that and completely accepting of that. That's not true in my opinion, and I do think that you get into social work for the money. But hear me out. I don't think that you get into social work just for the money, but I do think that it is a part of, it's a part of it, because if you think about it, why do people continue their education and get degrees in the first place? It's because they want to increase their income and they want to make a decent living. That's why you pay so much money to get an MSW or a BSW, because you want to make more money. So I do think that you shouldn't get into it just for the money, but at the same time, let's be honest, you get into social work in any other field for the money. I'm just talking about the average person, not rich people who get degrees just to have something to do. I mean, like the average person. And also, we have debt just like everyone else when we graduate. So why should we not make a decent salary so we can pay back our loans? You know what I mean? That's what I think. And I think when we have this ideology that social workers shouldn't get into it for the money, or that social workers should be okay with making a little bit, it puts our whole entire field in jeopardy, and it makes people look at our field as being lesser than, or looking at social workers as if they do not deserve to get a lot of respect. Because in our society, we correlate worth with how much money they're getting. So lawyers, doctors, they're looked at as very worthy, and it's a very well respected, those two are very well respected fields, and they just so happen to also make a lot of money. But social workers, on the other hand, it's historically known to be a field that doesn't get paid that much, and they also do not receive as much respect as they should in the profession. So I think that if we change our way of thinking about how we should be paid, they'll also change the way society views us, and the worth that other professions and other members of society put on our field. And a lot of people also believe that social workers shouldn't make a lot of money because they're working with a population who doesn't make a lot of money. So, how dare us lie our heads down at night in a nice apartment and drive a nice car and go on vacations when we're working with people who are poor and people who can't even afford basic necessities, right? That's what a lot of people think. But this is kind of my idea about it. Number one, we have to take care of ourselves. And then number two, we help to take care of each other. But it has to go in that order, because we can't help other people if we ourselves are not taken care of. How can I be there to support my clients and the people that I work on behalf of if I myself do not have stable housing, or I myself do not have good health insurance and can make sure that I'm healthy, or if I don't even have money to enjoy recreational activities so I can release stress and make sure that I'm balanced mentally. If I don't have the money to take care of those things, I can't really be there to support my clients. So I think we shouldn't feel bad, or we shouldn't feel guilty for making a decent living just because we're working with individuals who may be poor. We have to take care of ourselves before we can take care of others. And I also want to touch on the fact that a lot of people tend to say that they tend to believe that money equals corruption, evilness, and everything bad in the world. I think that social workers and people in general need to change their perspective and their thoughts around this. A lot of people have a bad relationship with money and have bad views on money. And I think that this way of thinking is very, very flawed, and I mean, it makes no sense. I don't think it's having money that makes you a bad person. I think what you do with your money makes you a bad person. So for example, if you have a lot of money, but you still donate some of it, and you still, you don't do anything evil with your money, then you can still be a good person. But if you have money and you do evil, corrupted activities with that money, then you're a bad person. So having money does not equal being a bad person. It depends on what you do with that money. And also another thing I just want to briefly touch on. Another reason social workers are not paid a lot is because social workers are dominated by women. The profession is dominated by women, and women have a bad, overall, women don't know how to negotiate their salaries. So women, when you're applying for these jobs and you're, getting these jobs, make sure to always negotiate your salaries at the beginning, no matter how tough it may be or how out of character it may be for you, because I think that's another way that social workers can make sure to be paid what they deserve to be paid. So hopefully with this information you can, somehow have a different perspective on it, and know that you are worthy of making a decent living. You are allowed to make a decent living, and you do not have to take a vow of poverty just because you're a social worker. So thank you for watching, and let me know what you think.